Welcome to the Rookie Lap. This week, I think Blaney won after like 30,000 wrecks at Phoenix.
Tyler Reddick won.
Nobody could rise from the ashes of the Phoenix this week at Phoenix. See what I did there? It's like Harry Potter.
Tyler
Like
Reddick.
that one pentatonic song.
The kilometer race.
The kilometer race.
500 kilometers and Tyler
Reddick did not win. Tyler Reddick lost for once.
Tyler Reddick.
Tyler
I
Reddick
think
is...
NASCAR might have had a communications error between their computer and his car, and they couldn't get it turned up there at the end of the race. What do you think?
Well,
Tyler Reddick.
see, I don't know, but you just gonna keep saying Tyler Reddick.
Sorry, I'm trying to say his name as many times as he won.
You got it all in, all
This
three.
must be like football.
So he's done for
You know.
you. No more wins for him this year.
Drake May was Drake. Drake May. We're gonna have Tyler Reddick.
Cool.
That is what I've decided.
All right, do you want to talk about the race, or you want to sit here and... Do you want to talk about the race?
They crashed. Good night.
How many did it wind up being? 12?
Too many.
A record tying number of cautions for the Phoenix International Raceway Park. Jeff Gordon Raceway. Isn't that what they used to call it?
I think at one time it was a Kevin Harvick raceway, wasn't it?
Yeah, they like to name themselves after a lot of drivers.
Yeah.
Rattlesnake Hill.
Rattlesnake.
Raceway.
There's a lot of rumors
Rattlesnake.
about that. Some people keep saying it's not true, but it's hard for me to believe out there in the desert there's not plenty of rattlesnakes roaming around.
Well, there's got
They used to say they had to go in the pit area and clean it out before the race, get rid of all the rattlesnakes. And then the other rumor was they had to pin them up and bring them all back after the race was over. So they didn't make any of the animal rights people mad. I don't know.
Don't wanna
that's
upset
just a rumor
PETA.
that used to be going around before we had the internet.
I don't want to upset PETA.
We
Because
actually had
Katniss would be
rumors
mad.
before the internet.
Peter Bread.
I was thinking like PETA from the Hunger Games, but yeah,
You know what PETA stands for, right?
protecting every tolerant animal.
Oh, I thought it was people eating tasty animals.
There's a joke I want to make about that, but I will not, due to YouTube guidelines.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, they raced.
Lead us off here, Austin. Let's talk. You usually run
I don't know. They
stats or something.
yeah, record tying number of cautions, but she doesn't count because 2 of those are given cautions for stages.
So they really had 10.
Yeah,
Kind of.
and so yeah, I don't know. We'll call that a half record. Tyler Reddick could have caused another caution. He would have broke another record, but I guess he didn't feel like it.
Really shook the points up, though.
Yeah.
I was looking at it just a few minutes ago, and man, there's guys that were doing good now, and they don't look so good. And some guys that didn't look good. But there seems to be a trend there, though.
What's the trend?
Yeah, the big 3 are rising to the top.
After one oval race?
Yeah. Isn't that
That's
amazing?
crazy.
Yeah.
I already got 3 Hendrick cars, 3 Joe Gibbs cars.
Yeah, and Hendricks really didn't have a good day for most of the race. But
Nope.
there at the end where it mattered, what did Larson say? I think that's 3 thirds in a row or something.
I don't know.
I think that's what he said after the race, didn't he? That was his third in a row there at that track.
Something like that.
He sucked every time they come there, and then they get it just good enough, and he winds up with a 3rd.
Yeah, I was
That's
thinking
because
back.
it's
I
Kyle Larson.
just remembered his first championship. They really have looked into it every time there because at that race, he was the 4th best car there the whole race, and they won the race off pit road for the last stop of the day, and that's how he won that championship.
He's been the first to admit, though, that they are not good at that track. They didn't like he's saying, oh, we did this or we did that. He's pretty consistent about they can't figure it out. Not just him, but as a team.
Yeah, it's crazy that the top organization in the sports worked on a track for 5 years and still hasn't cracked the code.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can they? There's something. But they're just not finding it.
Just whatever works there for Fords and Toyotas just isn't working, or the Chevrolets haven't got it figured out.
There's also, this is the first regular oval for the new Chevy body.
That's right.
Yeah, well,
I don't know how much that affected things.
Well, let's see. I mean, let's look at your race finishers here and what they were driving. You had a Ford, a Toyota, and then a Chevy, right? So you got one Chevy. So out of the top 10, you had what, 1, 2, 3 Chevys out of 10 cars. So
And who was that? Larson, Byron, and
McDowell, surprisingly.
Okay, so 3 guys that really weren't in.
All the rest except for Blaney were
Bowman
Toyota.
ran pretty good throughout the day. I think
He was
his
the
is,
back half of the top 10.
that's
like
what I'm saying, his is deserved spot, 7th, I think that's deserved.
McDowell. Don't know.
They just got a
Larson.
little trick figured on this year to get them top 10s, I think.
Yeah, last week he almost won, honestly.
Yeah,
Almost won Daytona.
they finished out to close out the deal anyhow and get not win, but
Yeah, so the cream driving
Did
up,
good
we
enough.
got 3 JGR, 3 Hendrick, 2 Penske cars, and we got 2 Spire cars, 2 2311 cars, all in the top 16. Who am I missing? Brad?
yeah, Brad's
Is it
in there,
Yeah.
I don't know who the 16th guy
Butcher's
is.
in there,
So 2 RFK cars.
yeah, Butcher and Brad, I think,
No, because AJ's still in there,
yeah, EJ's in there.
so not Busher.
4 points back up, I think Butcher's in there.
What have we done now?
Huh?
Points?
Butcher's in 9th in
Oh, yeah.
points. I'm looking at it right
How
here,
is
after
he in
4
ninth?
races, he's 9th in points.
So, what do we...
Brad's on the.
AJ's still in there, Gibbs.
There's 3 Hendrick guys, Gibbs, Hamlin, and Bell. 3 Hendrick guys,
Those are
2
Gibbs
Penske
cars.
cars,
Those are Gibbs cars.
2 2311 cars.
Yeah, that's 10.
That's 12. Oh no, that is 10. Okay.
Alright, so we got them all. So the last one in right now is Brad, but that don't really matter because we're only 4 races into the season. We got a
Brad
long way
week.
to go.
Brad year.
Brad week.
Every week is Brad week.
He kind of wasn't that good there today either.
No, but
No.
every week is Brad week.
But Tyler Reddick, with his decent day, still works on his point lead for pretty much everybody except Blaney. So now he's almost 2 full races ahead of the cut line.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's done exceptional, but that ain't gonna hold up forever, I don't believe.
Well, I mean, he just keeps on doing good enough, it won't have to. He
Sure,
can
yeah.
already go sit on the couch for the next 2 races and still be in the chase.
All right.
I bet he don't.
And honestly, that's assuming that
Might.
they have perfect races, which won't
Right.
happen.
Yeah, that
So
won't happen.
really, he could probably miss the next 3.
It's cool.
But
This new point system sucks, don't it? He's already in the chase. Hadn't run but 4 races.
And Blaney
No,
got
it-
locked into the chase today.
Yeah, it'll get shaken up a bunch more. You believe that? There's guys that aren't in now that will be in.
There's 36 races this season. It's so that's what that's
Yeah, well,
26 races that people can use to get in the chase.
Yeah.
that's how it always is.
Yeah. So
So-
there's 22 more shots at it.
That's what I'm
things are
saying.
gonna
It'll
shake
get
up a bunch.
shaken up. We're only on race 4 out of 26 before you start your chase thing.
Well, you talked about a statistic. I got one for you. These next
Wait.
7 races
6, 7 races.
are 7 of the tracks in the playoffs.
Yeah, I heard that on TV today.
So that would be
I'd be curious to see the points from today and 7 weeks from now, because that can give you an idea of a
Just
chase.
break that down. You think that's what they'll do at the end of the year when the weather's different and all that?
playoffs.
No,
Play-
but it's still the same 7 tracks.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
They told me we were done with that.
So
I'm not going back.
so how do you handle this now? You know these next 7 races are all in the chase. We're not going to upset Connor anymore. They're all in the chase.
Thanks.
Do you handle them as test
PTSD
sessions?
kicked in.
Or say you're somebody like Hendrick, do you throw a good driver in Bowman's car and let him go out there and test a whole bunch of stuff for these races since he's so screwed now? I don't think he's got a prayer.
You don't. I mean, I don't know about Vertigo. How many races do you think he'll miss? Because they're saying
don't know
it's a
nothing.
week by week basis, so he could be back next week, or he could not.
I think you'd probably be out next week.
Yeah, I don't
so
see. it really surprised me if whatever caused this just happened. I think this is gonna be a more long-term thing. I don't know.
That's the feeling I get
think
from
if I
it.
had a car I could use for that, they'd be my crack, not my crack, but my test dummy to go out there and try different stuff to see if we could figure out things for the next time we came back here.
I don't know about the test dummy. I think today he was a crash dummy.
Well, he was
Apparently, some
certainly
people call that.
something.
Josh Terry seemed to think so.
It's pretty funny. I don't know if Bowman comes back from this though. Really, I mean, he comes back for the season.
How many
I don't know
races
if he
can
can keep
Bowman
racing.
miss and still make the chase? Do you think?
Well, right now he's last in points, so.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
he's
right.
only down
Can't
by like
afford-
70 points.
But he can't afford to miss many though.
But you got how many
But think about the guys
good cars do you
yeah,
expect
think
to make it?
about-
I mean, you got 12 good cars for sure that are gonna do points and try to make their way in.
I mean, if he comes back for one race, he probably automatically picks off like 8 guys if he just runs decent.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think he's gonna run good enough? Because that's what I'm saying. Bowman, this is statting on top of injuries that he's already had. I think he's rattled his head enough to where he might not even run as decent as he's been running.
I don't know. I'm going to be an optimist and say that he can miss like one more race and still have a shot at the chase.
I just don't think he's gonna be back that quick. It's just not something that I think he would, but time will tell. We'll see through the week. I'm sure by the middle of the week we'll know.
Yeah.
But I just don't see it. I mean, if he's actually got some kind of vertigo, it's not something that just boom, you got and boom, it's gone. Normally, I mean, and you say you don't really know, just, have you ever stood up real fast before and like you didn't,
Yeah.
You get lightheaded?
you know, not lightheaded, but you thought you was gonna fall down?
Yeah.
It can be that bad, you know, or it could be like, say, you get lightheaded. I don't know the
Usually just
degree of
fall.
it. There's times where you get it and you could probably close one eye and be okay. So I don't know to what degree he has this. I don't think I want somebody running around the track,
Yeah.
you know, with one eye closed.
Well, I guess mentioning this with him, I do want to say that I just feel horrible for him.
Oh yeah.
I hate it for him. And it makes me wonder if this is all results of his accidents over the last couple of years. Because, I mean, the decline in performance has been talked about.
Noticeable.
And I just wonder if there's a connection there. And I just hate it for him because I don't think he's a bad guy or nothing. But
No, and this is his path in life. I mean, this is a career that was gonna support him for his whole life, I'm sure, but still, you don't put your racing in front of your health. I would have said different. I'd probably jumped in the car a bunch of times when I shouldn't have when I was younger, but
This could end up being like a Dale Jr. situation after he had all them hits and stuff. I mean, and that's what I'm saying.
or worse.
I know I've said in the past that I think he should be replaced at Hendrick, and my opinion is still there. But I think at this point you do it more for safety more than you do for how performance has been, because you can't keep going like this and next wreck get vertigo again or whatever, or worse, you're going to damage yourself permanently. If I was ranked Hendrick, I don't think I could allow that for a driver.
No, and also I had a discussion earlier in the week about is this something that he's had going on and he really just hadn't said much about? Maybe that's why his performance was lacking.
I don't know.
He was just trying to get by.
Maybe.
there had to be something before the race last week, because when he got on his radio, his team got on and said, just don't do something that will damage yourself permanently. So they knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
They didn't just say that for no reason.
No. I guess we'll find out more as the week goes on, I'm sure, because they'll have to announce a replacement driver if he's not gonna drive.
Next year,
I mean, do you think they'll just keep Anthony?
I
He's
doubt
their
it.
sim driver. He's been their sim driver for 4 years.
I kind of doubt it, though. I feel like there's
I mean-
got to be somebody they could pull up from another series.
All right,
or
so
something.
this goes to another discussion you and I had earlier this week. Who else do they have? There is no depth to the Chevrolet or the Fords at all, as far as drivers. You can drag up an Xfinity driver, but
O'Reilly.
you can drag up an O'Reilly's driver.
That costs us $400 right there.
Yeah. Chevy is lacking any driver as fast as O'Reilly's county service.
What? You gonna hand it to me? I'll take $400.
No, but I mean, yeah, all right, I'm sorry. Chevrolet, they don't have any depth between trucks.
Say the line. We gotta get our sponsor more.
Huh?
You
Say
gotta
what?
say the line.
Say what?
Chevy is lacking any drivers as fast as O'Reilly's counter service.
Oh, Chevy is lacking any drivers as fast as O'Reilly's counter service.
And there's $1,000
That's
back.
Now
All right.
make sure you hold your water bottle where they can see the label and everything else.
Yeah.
Come on, we're doing this for money, Ty.
O'Reilly's.
That's right.
Anyway, continue.
I'll bet if you look around the shop here, I've got a receipt from O'Reilly somewhere I can bring up in here and prove, hey, I have bought parts from O'Reilly's.
So are you gonna say something?
No, we were just talking about the depth of it that they don't have in the O'Reillys or they don't have in the truck series as opposed to what Toyota's got. Toyota's, they got drivers that are heck,
13.
I think, they're still pooping their diaper. And they've already got them picked out to be their next, on the list. Good God, they start young.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll come up later.
I don't know. I mean, not a permanent replacement, but Allgaier has been a very solid guy to get in them cars when they've needed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe him.
And that's who I would have figured would have been, the big guy to get in there, the best guy to get in there. He's very smooth. He doesn't tear stuff up, which Alfredo, I've seen him race some, but
I don't know,
never
he tore it
anything
apart.
that was that good. So I don't know, what he can and can't do. But Allgaier is somebody that doesn't tear your equipment up. Probably get you some decent points.
Yeah.
So I would have thought that would be a better choice. But I don't, nobody knows their deals, their contracts,
Yeah. Well, I guess to answer your complete original question from an hour ago, for the next 7 races, I would probably run them as if I were in the chase. Just go for max points and see how it shakes out. But I mean, I think that's how I'd run the whole year. So
Yeah, nothing different because you are in those races and have the opportunity to learn something.
yeah,
I mean, everybody's got the same opportunity there, so I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
All right.
So back to the race.
yeah. The race today. There were a lot of cautions. Would we think Joey was the worst one?
It was the worst looking caution, that's for sure. I mean, he got hit pretty hard, sandwiched in between 2 cars.
He got hit.
Yeah.
I thought he caused it.
Yeah, partially, but when he turned, Barry came out of nowhere and hit him. Where Barry come from behind him and hit his nose, and then who come up on his rear? Was it Suarez or somebody come up on his rear and hit his rear too, and just totaled the car?
Yeah, for that track as wide as it is, some of the wrecks they have there and as small as it is, though, they're pretty vicious.
Yeah.
Ouch!
But I mean, I guess that the track's so wide, those guys think they can run up and down the track, and then it forces them to do that. Sometime when they get down to the bottom too, it kind of snatches the car up the track. Everybody's going for what they can get when they can get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens.
Well,
People reckon Shane spun twice, Kyle popped 2 tires,
3,
3 tires, 80
4,
tires.
5, 6.
Well, he finished 17th,
Yep.
probably for all the issues he had, being a lap down and then 2 laps down. Not that he had a good day or ran great, but 17th.
They definitely
Okay.
ended it on a positive.
Yeah.
That was the best he'd been the entire day.
Yeah.
By a
Oh,
lot.
yeah.
And when the green flag fell, he starts 29th and goes back to 33rd. You know,
Yeah, I don't know.
that's the wrong direction.
Maybe he didn't know that.
But I don't know. I mean, it's still a new combination there with him and Jim. Give him a few more months, see if Jim can figure this stuff out more. And see how it goes. But it's like he told him on the radio, even though they went backwards to start, he said, we're going to do what we've done every week to this point. We'll just start and slowly work our way forward and improve. And they wind up improving again, so.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
it's him. Maybe it's not. We'll see. More time will tell. So I checked these numbers. Ryan Blaney, taking out his blown engine last year, he has finished in the top 10 in the last 9 races here, and the top 2 and 6 of the last 7.
Were you trying to say he might have this track figured out?
I think Kevin Harvick might have passed him the ingredients or whatever to Phoenix.
You know, though, he said himself at the end of the race, though, he wasn't the fastest car there today.
No, Bell.
He said Bell was better than him, and I don't know that I disagree totally.
No.
Maybe not over a real long run, but
I thought it went in
Not
waves.
right.
I think there were points that he was better and points that Bell was better.
But ultimately, it was between those 2 cars. It wasn't.
And ultimately, Joe Gibbs, if they did have the best car, have now went to Phoenix 2 times in a row and thrown away the best car to a two-tire car.
Yeah.
Have they learned for the next time? It's the 3rd time the charm, or will they do it again?
who did it burn the worst last year? Denny, right?
Yeah,
How many tires did Denny put on?
4.
4.
Yeah. And did manage to come back to 5th, but still, he could have probably,
Wasn't enough to
he probably
take it
could have
off.
finished 1 or 2 spots better, possibly. I don't know.
He still lost that 5 car again.
Well, let's see. Blaney, Bell, Larson, Gibbs, those all had 2 tires. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they were
not
1,
Bell.
2, huh?
Not Bell.
No, that's right. Bell did put on 4 tires. But he made a heck of a move at one point right there on that second restart
Oh, yeah.
and gained like 5 or 6 spots.
That's the thing about that track. You get red, you restart, and you can jump 8 spots in the start because track limits do not exist
No, you.
at Phoenix.
I wonder what the max wide they could run on that track. What do you think?
Would they have
Probably-
them 10 wide?
You think it?
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
probably 10 wide.
At least that.
because I think they said they can do 7 below the curb. So plus the track.
Golly.
I mean, it's 5 or 6 is real common on the start. So yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think it's cool and all, but at the same time, it's like, what's the point of painting the yellow line there if they can just, like, why not just lower the
Well,
line?
that is
then?
kind of where the break is in the track, though. You know, where it flattens out. I guess that's all
Correct.
that's for. Hey,
Yeah,
you're
and
fixing to
they-
get on the flat spot.
If you hit that jump too much, it will start damaging the car. You kind of got to use that.
Yeah,
When you
those
need
cars
it.
stiff as they are now. Yeah, it's probably pretty violent when you transition.
They said it's really violent.
Especially in that car, I imagine, with how stiff that thing is.
Yeah.
I mean, you see those things just rolling down the road. And I mean,
Yeah.
it shakes at the, like you hit a pebble and I think that car's going to go flying.
So pretty.
So, yeah. Sensitive. Very sensitive.
Yep.
So who else had a good day today? That's about it. Bubba actually had a decent day. I didn't really
Yeah.
pay
Yeah.
much attention to him through most of the race, and then towards the end, I saw him up there in the top 10. He wound up with a 6. Shane Van Gisbergen.
Still 5th in points.
Interesting day for him because he
Spun twice.
spun
Saved
twice.
Kyle Busch twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saved. Yeah. Still managed to finish 11th, and actually throughout the whole day watching him run, his speeds weren't off that bad. I think the ovals are coming up for him.
Before his first spin, he was in the top. He was 13th.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to win next week or the week after that or even anytime soon, but there's been
But I
a
wouldn't
definite
be
improvement.
surprised to see him win a.
Well,
He wasn't quite as fast as Ross was, his teammate, and of course Ross, had bad luck today too.
And Zilich wasn't even there.
And yeah, Zilich was a no-show. I don't know what their deal was. I never heard anything about that. He was so far back they just never mentioned him.
probably the guy on the box. Now Connor Zilish gets to deal with the car's doing this and spotter, what do you think we should do?
Why would you ask the spotter if you're the crew? Why would you ask the spotter? It's
How
not
did
spotter's
Randall
job.
Burnett still have a job?
The spotter is
Why
supposed
did
to
Trackhouse
spot.
want him? Sorry, that's I shouldn't go there.
You did.
Well, but it does raise a point though. Why would, the spotter's job is literally in the name. He's supposed to spot. Yeah, there's a car here. There's a car there. Don't go too high. Don't go too low. Your job is not. Their job is not to say, "Hey, man, I think we should take 4 tires this run." That's your job. That's so stupid. I just don't.
I just can't believe Trackhouse picked him up. But
They saw something you didn't.
obviously, they didn't pay attention to the 8 car the last 2 years. They were focused on their own team, I guess.
Yeah.
Must have been, but I just, I still can't get over that.
But yeah, so Shane ran very good. Like I said, still 5th in points after the first real oval. I mean, I don't remember out of us who said he'd make the chase and who said he wouldn't, but this is a very, very strong start to make that happen.
He's in the chase right now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
5th
That's
in
what you
points.
said. He's 5th.
Oh,
He's doing very well.
that's awesome.
What about Briscoe? We didn't mention him. Another
wrecked out.
DNF. 2 weeks in a row now.
Yeah, he's what, 63rd in points or something?
Yep. But he said he did read the map this week,
Yeah.
33rd.
so he knew how to get the
33rd,
drive.
I'm sorry, 63rd, 33rd. It don't matter much when you're that far back, does it?
Oh, I guess not.
He read
Yeah,
the map.
he read the map. I
Oh.
heard about that last week.
I don't think what happened to his was of his making either.
Well, it wasn't last week either.
I know, but
2 weeks in a row, he's running in the top 5 and has a problem.
and he really wasn't blistering fast at the start of the race. They got that car better. He kind of just showed up there towards
Yeah.
the front after a while. But when he got it right, he was rolling on pretty good. I'm not going to say he had a race winning car, but who knows? A little adjustment here or there, maybe he did.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't even halfway, I don't think.
Yeah, but it's long in there somewhere when he, excuse me, he finally showed up and started showing some speed.
So he's got a lot of ground to make up. I mean, he's already used at least 2 mulligans, as they say.
Yeah.
It's a pizza place.
Who else?
I don't know. Everybody else was just kind of there today. I mean, nobody else
Yeah, there
really
was a
stood
lot of
out.
people that wound up with finishes that maybe they wouldn't have got had some of the cars not ready, like Joey and Briscoe and some of those.
Ty Gibbs still let a win slip away. He did do that.
He did. How about, I want to talk
Okay.
about him. Did y'all pay attention to his interview? That's the big thing going on the internet right now.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, I saw him hold his monster cup weird again, but that's about all I can remember from it.
What
I
did you
wasn't
hear,
paying
Frank?
attention.
Make sure they get that monster money because it's one little tiny sip, but he's doing his job.
What did he say? Because I wasn't
What
paying no
did
attention.
you catch it in an interview? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea. You're gonna have to clue us in.
Well, I feel like there's even more than I caught, but a lot of people are talking about, he was talking about his team or whatever, and he just emphasizes, like, you know, how Ty talks.
Oh, how they're getting together? How they all work together so great.
Well, he said that, but he also said, and my team is a group of the right guys.
Okay.
He wanted to point out that he was not with Chris Gabehart anymore. I think.
Oh,
Oh, that's
okay.
a whole. That's a
He
whole.
said, I'm with the
ordeal.
right guys. He really made sure to emphasize that.
Oh,
And a lot of people were saying that he was choosing his words very carefully.
Be careful what you ask for.
He seems to be, yeah. Speaking of which, I haven't read up on all the news with this, but did y'all hear the new breaking news with that situation?
I've heard
can't say that I have.
a few things about it.
Well, the most recent thing I heard is that it's been put out that Joe Gibbs hired a private investigator to follow Gabehart over the off season.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
So it's,
Why? So didn't he just sue somebody, and now we think everybody's suing somebody? Is that just how we
I
do it
don't
now?
know. I mean,
Because I don't know too much about the situation, but I see a decent amount of people defending the Gabehart dude. Is that how you say Gabehart?
Yeah, Gabehart. I think most people are
here's the deal though. If you're gonna,
Because
if you're gonna help a team establish a criteria of how to run or adjustments to make on a car, or, you know, how to tweak one or how to do this, especially today's day, because there's not just so much you can do. It seems like that's pretty much gonna be common knowledge with most of the people, a certain big group of people in the team. So that knowledge is gonna be in your head. It's not like you can go on the computer and save a bunch of super secret stuff, because the cars you got now, there's just not so much super secret stuff.
Or they can't be.
Yeah, we moved that 1/3000th of an inch. Whatever. I mean, I don't quite understand. Maybe there is something. Maybe they are just that daggum smart.
Ty secretly stuck his hand out the window for
Yeah.
0.2
I don't know,
inches out the
but
window.
the private investigator was announced a day or two ago, I think, and then Ty was being very particular in his interview. If you really paid attention, so
Yeah.
that was funny.
Okay.
I don't know. I do want to give a shout out to Austin Cindric. I feel like he was having one of his better runs that we don't usually get to see. Average running spot position was in 6th before the wreck, they said, and got taken out again, so he is yet to get a top 25 for the season.
Yeah, he practiced well, qualified well, and ran well, and like you say, it had nothing to do with him.
Just got in an accident.
And he did get back a couple times, actually, on the pit stops. He you know, got back below 10th and was able to make his way back to a decent running spot.
Is this the year that he finally starts clicking there? Or?
I don't know. Really, I'm not going to say it's impossible. I mean, but
he's been. How many years has Cindric been there now? 4,
This would be year 4, I think. I could be off.
I'm trying to think what was Brad's last year in the 2, because Cindric was next after him, wasn't it?
I want to say it's like
right
4
there
or
somewhere.
5.
Yeah, it's 4.
So, I mean, you think that's kind of the timeline that they say that you finally start clicking and figuring things out?
Yeah, he's been there long enough to figure out what the job title entails.
Yeah.
So, it's not on my bingo card. I'm not expecting Cindric to come out there and start running like Ryan Blaney, but
No, but
maybe he can surprise us. Well, I don't know. What else? How about, could you tell the extra horsepower?
No, I actually thought they looked like they were running slow today. To be honest, Frank can tell you when we first started watching it before you showed up.
Yeah, his comment was, man,
I-
they're slow.
I said, "Gosh, they look like they're taking these corners slower than usual." I mean, I noticed nothing.
You know, I didn't pay attention to it. I should have went back and looked at last year's times and this year's times to see what they were, because I really didn't pay attention, to be honest.
Well, I don't know about time-wise, but I know a lot of drivers were talking about they could feel it the whole weekend. They said the tires were slipping a lot more. You had to be way more careful about your throttle and all that, and
Yeah.
they were losing a lot of time over the runs. So,
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
They
they
had a lot
really-
of tire wear today.
They had considerable tire problems, for sure.
and you think that's got to be partially because of the extra
Well, I would think
horsepower
so.
wearing them out. So, I mean, it seems to be having an impact. So,
It's just not big enough of an impact to me.
I don't know, though.
You need
Connor,
more.
it's
You
just-
need more. I think you need more than what you get.
As far as the race at that track, though, that was,
Just
for that track, that wasn't that was a pretty good
No,
race
it
for
was.
that
It's
track.
better than ones that I've seen there, 100%. But it's just
Even when Blaney or Bell or one of them, they a couple times Bell got a pretty good lead, but that was mostly because people were fighting behind him.
yeah.
But for the most part, nobody just, took off and left ever. There wasn't a 7-second gap or,
no,
that just got maintained. I think that
which was good.
the cars were competitive enough, and you really didn't know till that last shakeup for sure, well, who is gonna win this? It wasn't like, well, I think he's got this. That there were still some options there. We thought for a minute there that Larson, when he started, made that move.
Yeah, I did.
He had a real good shot at it. He was horrible all day, and then he came on right there at the end with him. Maybe they got it figured out, because he did actually pass for the lead right before that caution.
Yeah.
It just, the scoring went back a little bit. He didn't maintain it.
I mean, it definitely wasn't a bad race. I just think that these cars, you can up the horsepower, which I'm glad they're doing. I'm not saying that I'm unhappy with it, but I think until you change these cars just in general and change the body shape of them and just completely get a new car in there, you're not going to get a huge drastic just difference.
But is it making a difference too? Because just like with Larson, you take him and 2 or 3 other guys out there that really looked bad to begin with, and they were good at the end. You know, is it helping them to make the cars better? If they got a little something to lean on other than just, oh, I'm aero tight or I'm aero loose.
And it might be. I still think there's just a long way to go in terms of improvement.
No, I don't disagree. I say to cut them loose, you know.
But it was better than the past few Phoenix races
Yeah.
that I've seen, especially last year's championship, which I thought was a decent race. This was better than that.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll maintain through the year. We'll see.
I'm hoping. Did they increase horsepower for Charlotte, or is that not? Did that not make the criteria?
I think it's under mile and a half, ain't it?
I can't remember.
I think so.
Charlotte was a very good race anyway.
Yeah,
I know, but
they
I was
didn't even
saying-
tweak nothing there to begin with.
But I was saying if they up the horsepower a little bit, that'd make it pretty good too.
I don't know. When you have a good product, you start messing with stuff, you could mess it up. So they probably.
Yeah, I'd be afraid to mess with
Yeah, that's
Charlotte
what
in
this
Atlanta.
car's a product.
I'd leave them 2 races alone for what they're doing right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I'd say even with adding horsepower here, until these teams can learn how to deal with the tires, how many tires blew today?
Kyle Busch had 3. Austin Dillon had 1.
McDowell, all under one caution, McDowell, Byron, and Zillish all had a tire go down under caution.
Yeah.
I think at least 10 tires went out today.
Gosh, I can't wait to see what happens in Bristol this year. I can't wait to see that race.
Yeah, that's a 750 package, so
That'll be high.
Flagman arm's gonna be wore out.
You're not going to see green in that ticker. You're just going to see a bunch of, it's going to be one solid yellow line, just one caution the whole race.
He's gonna do like the old flagman at Scriven used to do, just hang the flag over the end of the wall and say, hey, y'all see this?
Pretty much. Get him a light, like a spotlight, a yellow spotlight and a green spotlight.
Yeah, put it on his hat, he can just push the
That's
button
right.
on it. All right,
Oh,
enough of that crap.
all
Yeah,
right.
Phoenix could have been better. All races can always been better, but I think it was probably the best Phoenix race we've had in a minute there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was happy with it.
I think we're definitely finding steps to improvement.
Good job, NASCAR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now change the cars, put 5 lows back on the wheels because there was a lot of loose wheels today, okay?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
You know, Blaney had a loose wheel, you know,
Twice.
because you only have 1 lug nut to put on there. You know that happened last week. I wasn't on the show last week, but
Yeah.
you know Ross Chastain lost his wheel last week. Why would he do that? Because he has 1 lug holding his whole wheel on. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done.
Yeah, we didn't mention that. Blaney came from the back twice.
After having a loose
From
wheel.
loose wheel.
Twice.
Thanks to Logano. That's what I told y'all during the race. Maybe he just needs to stop down there in Logano's pit on the way out every time, make sure they're all tight, and then go ahead.
Same with those older cars. If you got 4 out of those 5 lug nuts on there tight, I mean, your wheel would still be loose, but it wouldn't determine the entire thing. You could make it a few laps and pit or something.
No, you could run. You
could
can
pretty much run the whole
stage
thing.
with 4 lug nuts or whatever.
But
They
this
used to
car,
try to do 2.
you put
Yeah, 2,
one
3.
singular lug on the car. That's stupid.
I don't think they hear you though.
They should, and I'm going to shout it. I'm
I mean,
going.
you talk about a 1 lug problem, but there was like 145 other wheels that seemed to stay on just fine. So I mean,
Well, they won't in the next few races. I tell you what, there's going to be more. It happens every.
And it just ain't right, is it? It just ain't right.
It's not stock.
No.
There's nothing stock. What's stock?
There you
And,
go.
and
That's a
before
better
and
argument.
before you go on about, well, there's nothing stock about a stock car. I know that's what Robert Duvall said in Days of Thunder, and while
But
he's
they don't-
technically right, it's still a stupid argument because what are you modeling these cars after? Camaros and Mustangs and Camrys, and then you want to bring in your Hondas or whatever people talked about over the years. You know what all those cars have in common about their real world counterparts? They have 5 lugs on the car.
Connor doesn't want me to tell y'all that his Mustang has 1 lug.
It doesn't
Yeah,
have 1 lug, it's got 4.
converted his Mustang over to 1 lug.
No, my Mustang's got 4, but it's from 65, so I think that it's got an excuse to have 4 lug nuts instead of 5.
Yeah, when we get that V8 in it, it'll have 5.
Yeah, I'll put 5 on it one day, and I might even put some old school NASCAR wheels on it. I'm not sold yet on what I want to do for wheels, but it's just so aggravating to think about. You had good looking cars over the years in NASCAR, and I think those wheels add a lot to it. And these wheels nowadays look like something you find on some aftermarket, tuner car or whatever.
Yeah, with a Momo wheel. And
yeah, it's dumb.
old bling.
It's dumb. There's nothing to stop about it.
Nobody's disagreeing with you here, I don't think.
I know. It's just I didn't get to make my argument last week, and I'm making it this week. And I'm gonna make it every week when a wheel falls off.
Okay.
And if and when we ever get Kenny on the show, we're gonna have a long, extensive conversation about it.
O'Reilly. I thought that was a good race.
How about man Allgaier sneaking one in there at the end?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That was slick. Now, and when it came down to the end and I saw him, I'm sitting there and I forget one of the other announcers said the same thing at the same time. I was sitting there thinking it to myself and kind of said it out loud. Allgaier's fixing to sneak this one in. He's going to the outside, he's putting the mojo on him, and dang if he didn't.
Yeah.
That experience paid off. He's good there anyhow. But I enjoyed that one. Not just that, the race in general was a good race. But that was just icing on the cake for him to pull up there and win.
Yeah. I think Jesse just showed more of why he's probably going to be a fan favorite at some point. He kind of already is in that series, I think, but his attitude is just, I don't know how he was on TV, but they were talking to him on the radio, and he's like, yeah, I mean, it's fine, we're second or whatever, but that's not what I came here to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little stoic, maybe. I don't know.
He's like, I hate to come here with the fastest car and let my guys down.
That's the only thing I saw. He's a little bit stoic, maybe a little more emotion. Yeah.
You just, I mean, I like to see that he cares instead of being like.
Well, he probably expected to win that race the way he was running most of the day,
Yeah.
But guess what? It didn't pan out that way.
He must have had a different car than old Hill.
Oh yeah, well yeah. But here's something notable about that race. Toyotas and Fords really were the thing today, but yesterday, all Chevrolets.
I mean, that's all there is.
No, you got the Joe Gibbs cars.
Frank, I
Brandon
want you to
Jones
look
doesn't
at this
count.
down the line.
I understand that, but you got
Chevrolet,
Joe
Chevrolet,
Gibbs
Chevrolet,
cars.
Chevrolet. Every car from 14th to 1st in this list is a Chevrolet.
Right. But where's,
Out of
where's the
38
Gibbs
cars.
You
Okay,
know the
but-
Gibbs cars has got the best stuff they can get, right?
Yeah, but how many other drivers can do anything with that?
That's
Taylor
not my
Gray?
fault. I didn't hire them.
Yeah, but that's why.
You have 29 cars in this field from yesterday that are Chevrolets. You realize that, don't you?
Well, maybe they
I
need-
just counted that.
maybe-
There's 29 cars.
Maybe Chevrolet need to put a little more effort into the Cup Series and quit worrying about the.
You have 29
Oh, right.
Chevrolets.
Yeah, you know, Chevy's the only one that hasn't won a cup race this year.
You have 29 Chevrolets
Yeah, I know
and 3 Fords.
But you got.
What?
Yeah.
You have 14 Chevrolets.
You got William
You
Sawalich,
got
Brandon
Gibbs
Jones,
cars.
Brent Cruz, who's new, and Taylor Gray.
Okay.
Is Taylor Gray the only guy there that's actually decent?
I think so.
Brent will be. He needs time.
Sawalich hangs out in the back.
No, he
Not
was
there.
running good for a minute. Brandon Jones is supposed to be a superstar. If you don't believe me, ask him.
No, let me tell you what made me laugh
Oh,
yesterday.
God.
They were interviewing him before the race. He was talking and he said, you know, when I race here, I like to get up there on that high line and that's where I make all my speed. I call that the B. Jones lane.
Well, he's confident. I'll give it to him.
That was like,
B. Jones.
that was just,
So back to the O'Reilly Chevrolet division.
hey, Frank.
What?
You know, you said it. Justin Allgaier took that B. Jones lane to the win.
Yeah, that's what he should have got on and said, I took the B. Jones lane and won this thing. Let's see, where did B. Jones finish? I know he got in an accident, but didn't he? 16. He was running. He ran all the laps, yeah. Okay. Yeah, back to your point a minute ago, let's get back off of that. Austin Hill, he don't have some of these other tracks figured out at all.
Yeah.
But something you sent me while the race was going on, I had to watch it a little bit postponed, but something you sent me about Clements.
Oh, yeah.
His affiliation has paid off well for him. Jeb Burton, his affiliation has paid off well for him. Some of these guys have created a scenario where maybe they get a little bit of support, and it seems to be working out well. I mean, they're doing a whole lot better. They show a whole lot more speed.
Yeah. Jeremy's always been independent, very low budget, made a lot with what he's had. I think they've won 2 races over the years.
Yeah.
And you finally give him a little bit of support, and he's out there running in mid top 10.
I guess we can talk about Quaffle, who really had a great opportunity. As he got the Ty Gibbs syndrome going on there, he just don't know how to run out front or what?
I don't know. I was wondering if he was finally starting to figure things out.
Maybe.
Running very good.
Yeah.
But then you think back to last year, he ran very good to start the year, and then he just fell off. So
That's true, but I mean,
we'll have to see.
he just can't hold the lead. We'll see what happens down the line, but he just can't hold the lead.
Maybe he can chase, but when he ain't got nothing to chase no more,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some people can't run unless they got the carrot. And I've seen that at a lot of tracks. Another thing that happened yesterday or Saturday, Corey Day. I don't think he wrecked any of his teammates, did he?
Oh yeah, no.
Well, that's ought to be his first.
Way to go, Corey. apparently, whatever Mr. H said to him must have carried some weight.
It's amazing what happens when Rick Hendrick sits you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ross Chastain don't have speed no more. Corey Day quits wrecking people.
Yeah. I'm sure it's one of those like the old Big Bill France thing. Boy, you want to race there anymore?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure, he's got the power to do that with these young men. So
No kidding.
don't worry. Jeff Gordon will be there pretty soon, sitting in that
I
same
know.
seat with his
Little
blazer
vest on, yeah. Little vest.
I heard some reporters, they said they done started calling him Mr. G.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
They thought for a minute last week when they couldn't find nobody for Bowman's car that he was gonna have to get in the car.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been something?
Yeah.
He was a heck of a driver back in the day. But yeah, it's just he's a different person.
Surprised he didn't call Jimmy. Hey Jimmy,
Oh, he's Toyota now.
I know, but hey Jimmy, I'll pay you some money. Come over
Which
here.
this
so
is
I
off
can afford
topic,
you.
but I don't know. Do y'all feel like there's something Jimmy feels like he is just out of the loop or unappreciated or whatever the word could be with Hendrick? Is it not weird to you with the success Jimmy had and now he left them and went to Toyota? Do you think something happened there?
Do you
No,
think it's weird
I
that
think
he's-
it's some of the same thing with the deal with Brad, though. He just wanted a different opportunity, and they said,
But
hey,
Brad's still stuck with Ford at least. Wouldn't you think
Yeah.
Jimmy would try to start something to affiliate with Hendrick at least?
About to say, and wouldn't you think that Richard Petty would want to go to somebody other than Toyota? I mean, he raced for Dodge forever, so I guess he doesn't have a tie there.
you
But
got to go where the money's at, though. I think
feel like
it's simple
it'd
as
be
that. You got to follow the money.
I don't know. I will say
I
Jimmy
could
Johnson.
be wrong. Maybe he just don't like him at all anymore. I doubt it. Look at what they gave him. I mean, Hendrick
Yeah,
made
that's
him
why I
everything
feel like
he
it's
is.
weird.
Yeah.
I will say Jimmy Johnson doesn't get brought up as much in the conversation. I mean, he does, but I mean, you know, when you hear about the list of NASCAR greats, you usually hear Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, and then most people then jump to a lot of your older drivers. They'll talk about
Yeah.
David Pearson and
Kyle
Yarborough.
Busch.
You know, some Kurt Busch's brother, I think, and so.
Well,
but really, Johnson, like he gets brought up every now and then, but I feel like having 7 championships like the rest of them, he just doesn't get as appreciated as Earnhardt and Petty do.
Yeah.
it's something that I don't know if y'all heard. They said Richard Petty was talking on his show 2 weeks ago, I think. He said that there is no guy out there. Like, who is the guy now that people are looking to? And So Kenny Wallace made a show, and he was like, the same thing we're saying here. He's like, what happened to Jimmy Johnson? Why does nobody talk about what Jimmy Johnson accomplished like they do the other guys? What's different? And just, what happened to Jimmy?
Well, the only argument I've heard some people say is about how he got his championships during a different time in the different format, chase format, and then did he win one in the playoffs? Or was he in the...
Yeah, his last one was 2017.
Yeah, so he won one in the playoff formats that people don't consider as good of crowning a champion or legitimate as the old format. And I know what you say about 72 in the modern era, but I mean, Petty and Earnhardt both won under full season points, full season everything, so they must think that that's more legitimate than a lot of Johnson's victories.
Could be that, but I also think it's how quiet Jimmy always was. He was never flashy, never causing problems. He just went out there and did it. I mean, he was kind of the precursor to what Hendrick is now personality-wise. I mean, there was nothing there. He just did his job, and you're like, yeah, we won, yeah, next.
Pretty much.
So nobody, I mean, there it is, I feel like. He did make news this week. Frank, did you watch that video, or Connor?
Mm-mm.
He's doing off-road racing again, and he flipped in qualifying.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. That's awesome.
And it's sad. The announcer on the TV literally says, "Jimmy, that's embarrassing."
Oh, my God. Ouch.
Yeah.
Now imagine somebody saying, like, if Dale Earnhardt was alive today and he decided he wanted to race, a little bit after he retired, and something like that happened. Can you imagine the mob he would have, that announcer would have after him?
Yeah.
But I feel like you can get away with saying
Apparently
that.
the man is having fun doing what he's doing. I mean, he's got to race a whole bunch of different stuff.
Oh yeah, either way he's making.
But funnily enough, the statisticians out there said that as far as they know, that is the first time that Jimmy Johnson has flipped in a race car since '95.
Huh.
So.
Well, that's not
maybe you got a flashback.
That's not a lofty goal to have.
No, but you think about all the guys that flipped over the years at these tracks, and you think back, and Jimmy never ever flipped.
Yeah, he was usually one of the fastest out there, so the opportunity was in front of him.
Oh, well, have we covered everything from the races?
I have. I don't think there was too much to these races besides, like say, wrecking and all that.
Yeah. I'm good on that. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed watching the races this weekend.
It was a good race.
Both races were very well worth watching, I do believe. And we move on next week to
Vegas.
Sin City.
Barry's going for a two-peat.
The home of Kyle Busch.
And Noah Gregson.
That's right.
Gregson, yeah.
Speaking of, let me do my transition.
Oh.
Kyle Busch and Noah Gregson, two of the four drivers that were followed in the NASCAR documentary Full Speed, the Daytona 500. Did any of y'all get a chance to watch that?
I have not seen it yet, but I plan to at some point coming up.
Right?
No, I haven't.
Well, I watched it at like 1:30 this morning. I highly recommend. Very, very good. It really lets you see these guys behind the scenes, kind of what we've wanted all these years. They're literally going in their houses. There's clips of Connor Zillish cooking steaks with his friends in his kitchen. Stuff of Kyle Busch sitting in his living room with his kids, running around screaming and hollering, acting like kids. Just, they followed Brad and his recovery and therapy, doing all his exercises in his house, trying to get his femur back. And Noah Gregson, they followed him too. But really good behind the scenes look. It lets you get attached to these guys a little more. It's funny, they had, like I said, they had Kyle's kids in his house running around screaming, and he's like, sometimes running 200 miles an hour, I feel more control than I do in this place. So maybe that's why I like to still go out there, because I'm finally alone. But he was like, then again, the guys around me race like these kids, so. But that, like I said, the Brad recovery process really cool to follow. Connor.
Yes.
Yes. It was
So
cool
funny.
to get to see him kind of develop. I mean, they literally showed the dude going on a Target shopping trip to pick up some stuff he needed for his RV, and they're like, you know, that's probably the normalest thing he'll ever get to do as a 19-year-old. Never stepped foot in a high school. And that, probably the thing that hit me the most, though, is, you know, Gregson's kind of known as the class clown, the guy that's just out there an idiot, just having fun, you know?
Yeah.
And they get him on there, and he's like, first he's just talking about, you know, after being this huge prospect that I was, or he was, for the years in the lower series, and he was winning week after week and just always contending. It's something I don't think we always think about with guys like him. They go to the Cup Series and he's back there running 25th every week. And he's used to winning. He's been winning his whole life until he got there. And now he's went years and years and has never not won a single thing. And that's, like he said, it sucks. And then he talked about his situation being different because in 2019, his dad got arrested for being in a DUI, fatal crash. He killed somebody while he was drunk driving. He's been in prison ever since then. Noah said he gets talked to him like once a week, and that you're allowed to visit on Sundays. But guess what?
Race on Sunday.
Yeah. So he don't really ever get to visit. So he decided that too sucks. And it just really lets you get to see more of the guys than you normally do. Because, I mean, I didn't never think about or know any of that stuff before this.
I might have to try to catch that.
Yeah. And I will say, he kind of ended it. He's like, you know, that is what it is and blah, blah, blah. But you have as much fun as you can while you do this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what he's known for. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, that next. Frank, are you ready?
Go ahead.
I'm ready.
Say what you got to say.
I'm ready.
Connor, are you ready?
No.
Yeah, I guess so.
We'll see.
You kick it off. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
The great debate.
if nobody heard this week,
No.
the biggest and most famous NASCAR driver, you know,
Landon Castle.
Well, actually, if we want to be
Oh, here we go.
accurate here, I think Tony Breidinger is more famous than Cleetus McFarland. Just saying, but I mean,
I thought Danica Patrick was more famous than her.
I don't know. Anyway, the new Dale Earnhardt, sorry, Cleetus McFarland, I meant Garrett Mitchell, sorry, the dude has a lot of names, has been announced to be racing the next 2 years, a minimum of 3 races with Richard Childress in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. After only running 5 ARCA starts and 1 truck start where he wrecked in his testing to get certified and then wrecked 5 laps into the race. But he is approved. And some people seem to think that shouldn't be allowed, and some people seem to think that it should. So where do y'all fall? Who wants to go first?
You got what, 2 top 10s in his ARCA races?
I don't know.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think so.
At plate tracks. So obviously he knows how to hold on to the steering wheel.
I'm all for it. I've been waiting to see it. I really have.
How do you think that people got into NASCAR back in, say, the 50s or the 60s or the 70s or whatever?
They showed up
They
with
brought
money
a race
and a
car
car.
and they showed up at the track.
I really didn't think you'd be one of the people to make that argument. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, that's the argument I made earlier.
I think if you can show up to that racetrack with a car that's legal to run on that and meets all the standards that NASCAR has for whatever division it is, and you can qualify faster than how many ever people are allowed. If the cutoff's at 40 and you qualify 40th, you should be in the race. I don't care if Kyle Larson misses a race, if Shane Van Gisbergen misses a race, if Byron, I don't care who misses a race. If you qualify faster than them, you deserve to be in. That's just how I see it. If he gets his shot, good for him. If you suck so bad you can't get around that racetrack, you're not gonna get in the race to begin with. Apparently Richard Childress, who's probably been around racing a little bit longer than most of us, thought that it was a good idea.
Do you not think Richard's struggling to find some funding and needs some popularity right now? I mean,
That's what drives the sport, isn't it?
so does that make it right?
Huh? That's what drives, hey, that's nothing new. That's what the majority of the racers out there right now are out there because of money, not because of talent. Majority of them.
Yeah.
The majority of the people running in NASCAR right now are out there because
And
of money
we've
and
said
not talent.
for a long time that that's not right. So why is it right with Cleetus?
Huh? No, I'm just saying that's the way it is. If that's the way it is, that's the way it is.
Because it's awesome.
But we're not
But
talking about
he
how
hasn't
it
done,
is.
you threw one example out there of him getting the air taken off of him and sliding off the track and not hitting anybody, might I add.
And he wasn't the only person to have that
Yeah,
happen
he wasn't
to
the
him
only
that
person
night
to have
either.
to at that racetrack. Other than that, he has ran pretty decent. He's ran very clean, hadn't beat on nobody. Got two top 10 finishes in the ARCA race.
One of those top 10s is just because it was a race where they literally wrecked 20 cars by like 10 laps into the race.
Did he get into the
Yeah,
race?
he missed it. Yay, who
Okay.
cares? But
Well, William Byron missed 2 wrecks and he won 2 Daytona 500s, so let's think here, people.
I'm just saying.
you put
with
him in the
current-
highest division that he has yet been in, the Truck Series, and he instantly wrecks.
Not instantly, it was like lap 6.
Oh, yay.
You know how many times Jeff Gordon wrecked his first year in Cups and then in the Cup Series and the biggest one out there? A bunch. He
People
was-
wreck in their first race.
Yeah,
Him
but
and the
was he not
walls were on.
successful getting to that point?
But he tore up everything on the way to everything else he did, as far as I know. A lot of them have.
Exactly.
It ain't like these O'Reilly's cars are running 700 miles an hour. There's late models that run faster than them now.
Yeah.
On a regular basis, there's late models that make tremendously more horsepower than them. They're a lot more dangerous to drive.
Yeah, that's the other thing with this. He's approved to go out there and do this. I mean, it hasn't happened in a really long time, but you're not guaranteed to not get hurt doing this.
No.
And with somebody that doesn't have experience and hasn't really done anything close to what this would be like, then you're just increasing that risk for no reason except because he's popular.
I don't think he's increasing the risk at all. I really don't.
But he wrecked in 5 laps.
And it happens. It happens. But this is such a great opportunity for the sport. And that's the important thing. And these cars, they drive different too than trucks do. You gotta think, trucks drive a lot different and it's a whole completely
Yeah, they're
different
even
shape.
faster.
But you've got
More
you've
competitive.
got a whole
No,
completely
there's really not
different
much difference
shape
in
and
the speed
everything
of a
like that.
truck, or O'Reilly's or a Cup. There's not that much difference in the speed of any of them. As far as speed wise, they're all really, really close. And they all have less horsepower than a super late model, or a sprint car, or a bunch of other race cars.
Just saying, the car drives so much different than what a truck does. I think he will have more success in this race coming up with O'Reilly's than he did in the truck.
I think he could have more success because he's finally getting into a program that can teach him, and it's like he said, he gets
Well,
to
that
get in
too.
that simulator and copy exactly what Jesse loves doing now instead of just being thrown in a car and being told good luck.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff's good, and that's why Dale Jr. supports it, because he's getting to work with people that can teach him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's absolutely, he's not a 14-year-old kid jumping in, he's a grown man. He's run drag cars very, very fast. He's done a lot of different things in cars. He's not a rookie to be sitting in a car and doing things. Apparently, he knows how to take instructions and learn how to do what
He
he's
does,
supposed
but
to.
even he said he was over his head when he started that truck race. He said it himself.
Okay, so are probably a large percentage of the backpackers there too.
Yeah.
Which is the whole point of the argument. We've been saying
We're not
this stuff
stopping
is
it. We're not
wrong.
gonna change it, so I'd rather see him in it than one of them in it. He's bringing more attention to the sport, so I'd much rather see him in it than, you know,
Well, I can agree with
Junior
that, but
McCullum or whoever the heck
that's
it
not
is in
my
that car.
argument.
that I-
My argument is it should not be allowed for him or anyone else. Like, I know I already told you this the other day, but Connor, I don't know if you know, or anyone that may happen to see this. The Tommy Baldwin argument of his son, Luke, they've been looking for sponsors. I mean, they don't have a whole bunch of money. They've been putting a lot of hard work in finding the opportunities to run the ARCA races, to run the truck races at this particular track and that particular track. So NASCAR can say, okay, now you're approved to race here, you're approved to race here. You know, if you still have to race at this track to go race there. And they do this and that and this and that and been doing it for years and years and years. Luke is still not approved for everywhere. And he has outran Cleetus comparatively by a lot if you compare their races to this point in the series. I mean, so how is that right?
All
How
they
is
gotta
that
do is
fair?
come up with the money and they can buy him a ride in a Joe Gibbs car. That's all it takes.
Do that or have a personality that'll attract people enough to where they say, we want to
No,
make
it's just purely about money now. It's all it is, and it's not gonna change. We're not gonna change it. Racing's always been somewhat about money. Money's gonna win races.
So even past the so-called modern era,
But-
everything's about money. The
But-
teams that have the most money
But
win
getting
those
a
races.
ride now is strictly about money.
Yeah.
Which is not right.
There's nothing we
It's
can
not-
do or say that's gonna have an effect on it. And I'm sorry for Tommy Baldwin and his, but there's thousands and thousands of other people and probably hundreds, if not more, racers that are better than his son, most likely, that'll never get an opportunity. And that's just the way it is, huh?
What Kenny said to Dale Earnhardt used to tell him all the time, there's thousands of great racers out there, not all of them can go NASCAR.
Right. It's just the way it's gonna be. I don't see where Cleetus has done anything that should preclude him from having the opportunity when it's there in front of him, especially one like this, just like you said, where now he can go sit in there and he can play the game and he can do this and that.
I mean, I guess I didn't make it clear. I don't have a problem with Cleetus. I love Cleetus. I think it's great for the sport. I agree. He's popular. It brings eyes. It's cool for him. It's cool for us. Blah, blah, blah. All of that stuff. But that doesn't make it right.
I don't see where it makes it wrong.
No, we discussed this ad nauseum about is it right or wrong? No, it's wrong. I wanna see the best people out there, the same as you do in a baseball, football, basketball, or any other sport.
I reckon that's.
You wanna see the best out there, but that's just not gonna happen.
But I also think if you're gonna preach wanting to get NASCAR back to its roots, how it was, this is how it was. They showed up. If you could run a race and you had a car, if you had money, you raced.
And NASCAR's, you know, with the
And I
cars they
think-
have to have now, they've done put that out of the spectrum of the average racer. That'll never happen. The average racer can't build or buy a car, or you can't even, you gotta buy the car now, you don't build it. NASCAR sells you everything, and you put their little box together, you know, you put their post in it and go race.
But I think that that's what separates NASCAR from every other sport out there that makes it awesome though. The more I think about it, because say like right now, if I just got rich overnight, if I won the lottery or whatever, I could not go pay the Atlanta Falcons to let me go out there and play quarterback. Okay, as much as I want to think that I could be the next Matt Ryan, I'm not the next Matt Ryan. The Atlanta Braves are not going to let me go out there and strike out every run ever because I have $20 trillion. They might get me some nice seats, you know. They might get me, a good spot in the owner's box or whatever. But it's not going to get me on the field. But that's what makes NASCAR so cool to me is that somebody can. You take a guy like Frankie Muniz in the trucks, and you can say what you want to. Oh, he's staying in his lane or whatever. But that's what he is. He's an actor that had a bunch of money, and he got inspired by racing and said, "I want to go race." And you can make that argument. Yeah, he's sticking to trucks or whatever way he knows, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, running
But
at the
still,
back.
it's just the
not
beautiful
making
thing about it. You consider it right or wrong, but I consider it somebody got people's attention. He's got money, and they said, "You want to race this thing?" And like anybody else would, he said, heck yeah, I'm in. And that's
Yeah.
so awesome to me that you can
That
just
is
do that.
cool. But it's like you said, he stayed in the trucks. And
But
I think right now, if I had to choose a driver to put in a car, you probably could take Frankie over Cleetus when it comes to this.
I don't know if I agree with you there.
I don't either. I like Frankie, but I just
I think if you put him in either car, I don't know that would happen. I could be wrong. We won't know that. There's no way we'll ever figure that out. Cause Muniz is in less than decent equipment. We all know that.
Yeah, I mean, he don't go out there and wreck on the fifth lap at Daytona.
No, but he does wreck, whatever. I mean, we'll never know the answer to that part of the
That's
question.
other people wreck
That's
there.
it. If Cleetus could have just held his wheel and not embarrassed himself that fast into the experiment, we probably wouldn't even be having this talk this much. But he did, and he said himself it was over his head, and it just, he's skipping past lines that a lot of people have been. I mean, another one, what's that dude's name? I'm blanking. Another ARCA guy. I can't think of his name right this second. But he just posted at the start of the season, after 4 years of running ARCA, I've been approved to race at these tracks in the Truck Series or whatever. The dude's been racing ARCA for 4 years and now can race trucks. That's not fair just because he don't have the money or popularity.
It might not be.
No, I just don't think fair's got anything to do with it. I think it's just
I don't think it
reality.
ever has.
No, it really hasn't. It's
That's the thing. I mean, that's not gonna change that. point is, at this point, it's a done deal. Unless Cleetus just backs out, but
No, I don't think he's gonna do that.
I don't either. So that's what I'm saying. I think we cannot judge this fully until we see how he does at Rockingham, and he might win the thing. You never know. He might grip the wheel tighter than the
I'll give you
Something.
plus 8 trillion odds on that one, but yeah, however betting works, I don't really
I'll
know.
take those odds. I'll take those odds.
Well,
No,
yeah,
I understand the point you're trying to make, Austin. I really do. I just know that that's where we're at. At the end of the day, I think this is probably what's right for the sport. They gotta fill the seats. They gotta get people to watch it on television. They gotta get people talking about it. They don't have enough drivers in any division. I mean, you got Hocevar, you got a few drivers here and there. You got the wonder kid Zilich that we might start wondering about him soon too. I don't know. A couple of them, but nobody that's just setting the world on fire to give you something to talk about.
yeah.
And we're talking about it now, so there's something there.
Well,
Do you don't wish ill will or bad against Cleetus? I guess you just don't
No.
think don't think
that's what
he's
I'm about to
ready be
say.
there.
I hope he goes out there and runs decent. I hope he does not wreck because,
You just don't think he will.
I mean, with all the training that he's getting now, it wouldn't completely surprise me because he's in there with people that have all the stuff to teach him what to do.
Yeah,
He has no excuse to go out there and screw up now.
right.
But, I mean,
And nobody would know what those cars or trucks feel like until they get in them. I don't care how many hickories or whatever else they ran.
yeah.
Until you get in those cars, you're not gonna know what it feels like. You're gonna have to have that learning curve. Some people are gonna get it better than others.
Hopefully,
I think Junior told him, or somebody told him to go down to his track and make 1,000,000 laps or something. Didn't they get in a bunch
yeah,
of
he
late
bought
models?
him a
run?
late model.
But that's still not gonna do any good on a 3/8 mile track.
No.
He might get a little more car control, but as far as what to do in those cars, I don't think. The sim time will probably have more to do with that than anything.
Well, hopefully he goes out there and just has a quiet, that's what he's going for. He said a quiet race where he's not being talked about. Hopefully he doesn't pull a Natalie Decker.
Oh.
And then I'll have to be quiet. which we do need to remember that they did say that his Rockingham performance does decide whether he races at Daytona and Talladega, so that's not guaranteed yet.
Yeah.
But whatever, we'll see. Rockingham's not too far now. It's what, 3 weeks or so probably.
Yeah.
So
Because they
won't
race.
be long.
They race Easter weekend, I believe, because
Yeah.
they'll race that Saturday, but Cup won't race Sunday.
Yeah, something like that.
Go to that race. I'm thinking about it.
So I guess we'll see then. But I don't have anything else.
I hope the experience or the experiment works out well. Well, we never did finish up with the Las Vegas. Are we gonna make a few picks on that or not? Because I have absolutely nobody thought of yet for that. But
I feel like gambling.
you feel like gambling?
Well, it is Vegas.
I mean, Blaney had the fastest car there last year. He
Yeah.
got caught in a wreck. That was one of the 12 races he should have won on speed. But then Denny stole it. Well, Denny stole the
They didn't win
fall
Vegas.
race.
Yeah.
That was number 60. But Barry, remember Barry had the speed. He
Yeah,
won
Barry
his
won
one and only.
of the spring race.
So. I don't know, after today, I'd probably stick with the old Blaney and Bell, and Denny.
Blaney Bell.
They've been the
Oh, that's who
fastest
you're
guys
taking?
there the last
No,
couple
no,
of
no, no,
years.
Oh, I thought you were taking them too.
No.
Oh. I don't think Denny's got that fire lit under him yet, though. You know,
I
like, I
was
think he's
thinking
got
about
fire, but I just don't think. I don't think next week. I think maybe getting the Martinsville, a track he knows he's good at, we might see something. But I can't take him next week. So
When I heard his interview today after the race, it just sounded like he
Tired.
didn't care. Like, yeah, we ran good today, we got a 5th, it's about what we deserve, and go on to next week. I'm like, Denny, that's not you.
I think he's just tired. I mean, he's been through a lot.
Yeah.
Who you got, Connor?
Stick with old Ryan Blaney. Then I'm gonna take Kyle Larson, the GOAT. Right?
Of what?
Of NASCAR right now, I guess. I don't know. He's just the GOAT. And then I think I'm gonna take old. This is a good one, tricky one. I hadn't really thought too much on it. I think I will take Bubba Wallace. Cause why not?
I mean, he's been
feel
on
like
a very
gambling.
strong run recently.
2311's on a strong run. I don't think it'll, I'm not too sure about Reddick anymore. I think he had his run now, and he had a good run today, but I don't think he'll be there as much going into this. But I know what I said before the season started, and then he started off with a 3-peat, but I got this one.
Oh.
So that's my picks.
Last year, Bell won 2nd, 3rd, and 4th race of the season. We didn't hear from him the rest of the year. So.
I feel like that's what happens with these drivers. If they get on a run like that, you just don't hear from them for a while. I feel like Larson got like that too. He won a few races and he was running top 5 almost every race, and then just dropped out of it for a while.
I think after today is now 27 races since he's won. It's closing in on a year.
That's okay. We're coming up on Bristol. We'll be okay.
As long as he don't blow all 6 tires.
Nah, you would never do that. He
Did
wouldn't,
you
please.
decide on yours, Frank?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Larson Bell, and I'm gonna stick with my man Chastain. He's gonna come back next week and put on a show.
I thought about that. but
He
I
ran
didn't
top
do it.
5 there last year, if I remember right. Him and Suarez did.
Yeah, he got done wrong today, so he's gonna do right next week.
That's right.
Alright.
He's gonna put on the Charlotte show at Las Vegas.
Well, what's he gonna do at Charlotte?
Huh?
What's he gonna do at Charlotte?
That's where he won.
Where'd he kick their butt last year?
I'm saying, what's he gonna do at
He
Charlotte?
didn't win, he kicked their butt at the end of the race.
I'm saying if he's gonna use the Charlotte show this year at Vegas, what's he gonna do at Charlotte?
Oh. We'll talk about that then.
Yeah,
He might have
Asking
done
too
1 6
far
races
ahead.
by then.
I'm just ready for Charlotte. I like Charlotte. That's a good race. I'm ready for
Hey, look, I'm like Austin. I'm sticking with my man. He might not have won a whole lot, but
if we're
in my
sticking
mind,
with our guys.
he's gonna win every week.
If we're sticking with our guys, one of us has to take Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
He got team problems right now.
He's,
Well,
Yeah.
let them get their chemistry and all that, and then we'll talk again.
Exactly what I just said. Team problems.
Yeah.
all right, I digress.
All right. Well, yes, that's it.
Let us know what you think about Cleetus. I don't think we're right or wrong here. Let us know what you think. If you think that
Well, I think
that's the
that,
direction that NASCAR needs to head, or they need to just say, nope, you gotta run this many races here or there before you can even play on our field.
yeah. I think ultimately we all agreed that,
Great for the sport.
but it's not right.
I guess.
I just think it's the norm though.
Yeah. That's why I
And don't
think
get
we
me
agree
wrong,
on
I'm
it.
not saying anything that comes up would be the norm, like, certain other things in our culture today, but I don't think him getting out there is gonna be detrimental to anybody else's finish in the race car right now. I don't think, especially with the way he's gonna be able to have to help him.
So long as he listens to the one and only Ralph Dale Earnhardt Jr. He told him to learn how
He's got more people helping him right now to try to do the right thing. He started out great with Biffle helping him.
the Biff.
Yeah, the Biff. I mean, you gotta figure what put it, he wouldn't be there at all if it wasn't for that.
Nope.
Junior wants to help him, apparently. Ty Dillon thinks it's a great idea from something that I saw. Not to say that, he's Superman, but I mean, he's run a whole lot of races in a lot of different divisions.
I think him and Harvick are a little close. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So I believe that there's gonna be enough support for him to make this work out well.
Yeah. Well, Dale told him to just learn how to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as he does that.
That's part of it.
no
If
issues.
if he's stinking up the show, yeah, get out of the way.
But yeah, let us know what you think. And tell us if Blaney's about to do his three-peat.
Possibility.
You think? He was hot as a firecracker last year, it just didn't pan out that way.
Well, he was hot. His engine
And it
blew
was at
up.
all these tracks.
Yeah,
His engine blew up. I'd say it was hot.
Yeah. Maybe
no,
this
he was
is
fast everywhere.
I know.
maybe this is
know.
Blaney's year to win 10
It's just such
races.
a tough crowd tonight,
I know what you were saying.
Over here doing a comedy show.
You gotta have a straight
Nobody
man,
wants to
too.
laugh.
Straight man.
Yeah. You never heard when you got a comedian.
Well, I
that
hope
needs
we're
a
all
man.
straight men.
I'll be the straight man. You can be whatever other man.
Say, I don't know what kind of man you want to be.
You don't know. Never mind. You don't know what a comedian is.
I know what a comedian. That's the joke. I don't think you know what a comedian and a straight man is.
I'm Johnny Carson and you're Jonathan Winters, and see, I've done lost you completely.
I know who Johnny Carson is.
You know who Jonathan
I
Winters
know
is?
George Carlin.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, we'll see y'all after Sin City.
Yep.
We'll see what kind of
Hopefully it's
sins.
at least as good as this week, because
Yeah.
if they're all at least this good, then we have something to look forward to. So far, I don't think we've had a dud, have we?
Not yet.
Not a dud.
I wonder if Denny will do good next week if he wins like thousands of dollars like he did last year.
Thousands.
We're still rooting for you.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of thousands.
Well, still in the thousands.
We're still rooting for you to do good, Denny. We still wouldn't be heartbroken if you got your championship this year.
Wouldn't be heartbroken if Larson did it 3 times either.
Oh, wait a minute. There was one thing I wanted to discuss. Real quick.
Okay.
Yes or no answer, real quick. Do you think Justin Allgaier at the end of his career would deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Sure.
He's won more seasons than anybody else in the history of the now new series. Through all what it's been through all while he was there. He's the first person to ever win 10 years in a row in that series.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have don't he?
I thought about that yesterday. I said, I wonder what does he deserve to be in the Hall of Fame?
He's done a lot for that series.
Yeah, okay, just curious. Just
He
popped into
gonna-
my head watching the race yesterday.
He gonna be the mayor after Jeff Burton.
I think he should be
Or-
in the O'Reilly series. I think he should hang around and help run it really when
Yeah.
it's racing. He's good for that. All right.
All right. Well, we'll see y'all after Vegas.
The gambling
Sensei.
500 or whatever it is. All right.
I shouldn't be
See you
saying
next
that.
week.